Hello and welcome back to Atrocities Play Star Trek Online. This will be a bit of a Star Trek Online rant. Talking about the downside to playing Star Trek Online. First and foremost, the game actually is a very good looking game, so I'm going to get that out there right now. It is, in a way, a lot of fun to play. I've had a lot of fun playing the game. Actually, we're not going to do that. We're going to decline because there's no way this ship's going to handle that. And then we'll try that. There we go. Anyways, but it is a money sink if you're not careful. Case in point being that in order to play the game effectively, you can play it free, and that's a good thing, but it will take you years to amass enough value in the game to be able to afford anything. And you get your money by doing missions and collecting stuff called dilithium. And when you have dilithium, you can store it up, but you can only refine so much per day. Now, a free account, you can refine 8,000 dilithium a day per character per account. So if you had 10 characters on account, you could refine, you know, each character's once a day. Anyways, but if you're a lifetime subscriber, such as myself, you can do a couple of extra steps and you can refine 9,000 dilithium a day. And that's handy. I mean, it really is, especially if you have a lot of tunes. But it's a drag because it requires you to do two things: go to Earth space dock and beam down to Earth, and also go to a fleet holding and do something at the fleet holding. Both of which take about 5 minutes to do. So again, if you have 10 characters, that's an hour out of your day gone just to refine an extra, say, 10,000 dilithium, 1,000 per character. Anyways, so a lot of us, we do what they say. You go down here and you can buy this stuff called Zen. Now, Zen is where you convert real life money into in-game assets, and then from there you can purchase pretty much anything in the game. Then the actual trade value is about $1 per Zen. So if you see down here on the left-hand corner where my cursor is, I have 2,850. That's $28.50. And a few days back, I purchased some Zen in order to take advantage of a sale they had. And less than a week later, they put the Zen on sale. So it's extremely aggravating when you're a player and you purchase something and then a few days later that item goes on sale. 9 times out of 10, usually 100% of the time, but very rarely will they accept, say, oh yeah, okay, we're going to go ahead and credit you a balance, or we're going to go ahead and give you an adjustment. They never give you an adjustment on Zen, ever. They usually give you something on dilithium, but never anything on Zen. So if you spend a lot of money on Zen, the big thing is you want to spend big, and you want to get it on sale. So in this case, there's a 20% or 25% bonus for Zen. So if you bought, say, $200 worth of Zen, you would actually get $280 worth of Zen. Or $270 worth of Zen, in that ballpark. So that's a heck of a bonus. And when you don't get that bonus and then it comes on sale a week later, you're a little bit SOL, and it's very frustrating. Now, a lot of people, when they get their Zen, they'll go ahead and they'll spend their money on things like lock boxes. We call them gambling boxes for a reason. They're very addictive to people who have addictive personalities who like to gamble, and the rewards from those boxes are atrocious. Your chances of winning something big from them are 1 in about 2,500. So in other words, you'll spend $2,500, assuming you buy your keys on sale, because the keys go for $1.25 each. So if you're spending around $2,500, you're actually spending closer to $3,000 in order to, say, get a Tier 6 ship. In most cases, if you're lucky, about every 200 or so, you'll get a Tier 5 ship, which is absolutely they're not even worth the process of selling them on the Zen market, because there's just no value to them. Now there's another currency in the game, and that's called EC. Now that you can earn by just doing missions and doing Admiralty stuff, or selling like these extra things. Like here, if I come up here and I get that, you can sell that right there and you can make some EC. So if I go to my inventory here real quick and I come down here and say, oh, look at that. Now I can either exchange this for salvage, which will give me some resources in order to do, you see right here, in order to do some crafting or updating. Or I can take something and I can say dispose all. Now there's multiple ways of disposing of stuff. You can recycle it, or you can just do what I just did there. In this case, I got 160 EC. Now if you look at my current balance, I have 45,165,530 EC. Wow, that's a lot of EC. No, that's actually nothing. That is just absolutely no EC at all. If you're not sitting on a billion EC, you're not sitting on a dime. You're literally broke. If you have anything less than a billion EC, you are broke in this game. If you have less than, let's see here, go back to my inventory. If you have less than 400, that's right here is about $8 in real life money. That 418,000 dilithium. Once it's refined, it's about, less than $10. Because right now dilithium's going for 500,000 dilithium for $10. That's 500 dilithium per 1 cent or for 10 cents, however it figures out. It's a horrible exchange rate. It used to be a lot better. You used to be able to get a crap ton of dilithium for pretty little money out. You could spend $15 or $20 into the Zen market purchasing Zen, and then convert the Zen into dilithium, and you'd actually make a pretty good return on your dilithium and be able to do a lot of projects. Now, dilithium is used for a lot of things. It's used for purchasing specialized gear. It's used for purchasing ships. It can be used for all kinds of other additional things in game, like for example, fleet credits. If you have a fleet you belong to, you can donate to the fleet to help the fleet out. All the fleet projects require dilithium and so forth. So dilithium is very handy, and of course you can convert your refined dilithium via the exchange, which probably won't bring up here, but you can sell your dilithium to get Zen, and then use the Zen to purchase cool things like ships and packs and things like that. Now, you can sell a lot of the stuff that you get from the gambling boxes and put those towards something like EC, sell it on the exchange, and you can get a pretty good chunk of EC. But again, anything less than a billion EC is really nothing. Most decent ships that you'll want to own will cost about 1 to 2 billion EC. Now, a lot of the ships are lockbox only. That means either you spend the $2,500, on average $2,500 to $3,000 to unlock one ship, or you wait and you save up your EC and you buy it from somebody who sells those ships on the exchange. Now, that is the more affordable way to do something, but again, you have to do a considerable time sink. We're talking a year in order to get a decent amount of EC in order to buy a ship. Now, if you're not a lifetime member, you can't buy any of those ships, because guess what? You have a cap on how much EC you can have in the game. Now, lifetime members or subscription-based members, they don't have that cap. They can have, I think it's up to 5 billion on their personal account. I could be wrong, but I definitely know it's more than a billion. And they can have up to 1 billion in their personal shared bank account. Now, the benefit to being a subscriber is that every month you get a stipend of 5 Zen. Now, recently there's been rumors that they want to do away with the stipend, because they want more and more people to put money out to get Zen. They don't want people getting free Zen. They've taken a lot of the ability to earn dilithium out of the game. A lot of the missions that used to pay 500 dilithium per mission now only pay 250. The rewards for completing a mission are halved anymore. A lot of times you would get between 750 to 1,000 in dilithium. Now it's like 300 to 450 if you're lucky. There was a program called the Admiralty, which was a way to get extra extra dilithium and EC. That's all been nerfed to now. So slowly over the course of the last couple of years, they have taken away pretty much every way to make Zen in-game free. And that is, of course, to earn dilithium and then convert the dilithium into Zen. Now, a while back, there were what we call gold farmers, and they took over the Zen market and made it so unaffordable to do anything that people went away from the game. They just, it's not worth playing, because in order to get anything, I would have to buy Zen. Now, most players, including myself, aren't made of money. We're not whales. If we do a purchase of Zen, we usually do it maybe once every couple of years, at best maybe twice a year if we're really, really desperate for something, or a really good sale comes up. And that was the case here a week ago for me. A really good sale came up and I wanted to take advantage of it, and I didn't have enough Zen to take full advantage of the sale. So I went ahead and I did the only thing that, we can do in that case, and that is, of course, use the credit card and purchase some Zen. And then a week later, it goes on sale. Extremely frustrating. Or you go out and you spend $30 to get a ship skin because it's digital assets, so nothing in this game is real and can all go away at the push of a button called the delete key. And so all your investment is for naught. You're just basically spending money for the enjoyment of pixels. Anyways, if you buy a ship for $30 and it goes on sale like the very next day, in some cases very rare cases, about 10% of the time they'll go ahead and credit your account the difference in the cost. It's been my experience that that is a one-time thing. So if you do it one time, they will most likely, if you've had a problem, only do it one time. After that, you're pretty much SOL. Now, the service that is offered by Cryptic over the past few years has, I've always had a good. They've always been good to me, but they are very firm about some of their positions, and i.e., if it falls without a sale and you purchase it outside a sale and then it goes on sale, like I said, they're not gonna help you. You should have waited. So that's the tip I have. If you're gonna play this game, it's a fun game. It's really, in a lot of ways, it can get boring over time because you're doing a lot of the same missions. But that's where you find a way to mix it up and you focus on things like trying to develop your ship to do a lot of DPS damage. And you have multiple ships. I personally have probably close to 100 in game. And there are a lot of different missions and stuff you can do. This one here is pretty rare. I haven't ran this mission since this event that this mission belongs to dropped, and that was probably about a decade plus ago. So I've only ran this mission maybe 5 times in 10 years, and this will be like the 5th or 6th time I ran it total. So, I mean, some missions are pretty rare, and they can be kind of fun to do. In other cases, they can be very annoying to do, and you'll probably, if you pop a random mission, you'll want to dump out of it as fast as possible because it'll, like some of the Borg ground missions are very bad. They're not fun. Some of the newer missions, ground missions, they're okay. They're good missions. They're a lot of fun to do. They provide a lot of variety, but everything's scripted. So once you know the mission, you know the way to do it. Then you optimize your tune to get you through the mission as fast as possible. And having a good ground game is as important as having a good space game. Now, without exception, most free accounts can build a pretty decent ship to do combat in. But in order to do the best amount of damage, you'll want the best ships, and again, those cost money, and you'll want the best gear. And unfortunately, the gear, you have to sometimes buy ships to get the gear. In a lot of cases, ships come with what they call reputations. And if we go to Mastery, you'll see these are reputations. These are the things that most people are going for because they provide a significant bonus to what you're doing. Under traits, you can see here, if I go to ship traits, there's a lot of them. So there's a vast selection of things you can buy. You can buy traits, you can buy reputation, things like that. So there's a lot to be done in the game. Especially early on, you'll be very, very busy in this game, and it can seem a little bit overwhelming, but it's really actually very simple. And you just take your time and just walk through it and you'll figure it all out. There's, of course, EC. There's even there's a 4th currency in the game called Gold Press Platinum. Now, as it stands right now, that's pretty much useless. It'll allow you to get a couple of skins, what they call cloaking devices, things like that. And they just change the look of your ship temporarily. Or, a couple other fun things like that. But overall, Gold Press Platinum's pretty useless. Now, if they found a use for it, I'm sure a lot of people would probably be interested in that. But again, it just is what it is. All things considered, though, if you take the time to play the game and you can avoid the gambling boxes and you have the spare change to invest in Zen, pick up Zen when it's on sale, sit on it, buy things when they're on sale like keys, and don't open the keys yourself. Put them up on the exchange and sell them for between 5 and 10 million EC. 100 keys will net you 500 million, and that right there will get you maybe a B-class ship. Because of course you have your B level, your A level, your S class, things like that. Now, most S class levels are 1.5 to 2 billion. So, like I say, if you don't have a billion EC, you're broke. Because you don't really want to waste your EC on a like a B class or a C class ship. Now some of them you'll eventually have to, but then There's another currency in the game that allow you to buy things, and that's called low buy. Now, I know it sounds confusing, but you get low buy by opening lock boxes, and then the low buy store has a lot of pretty specialized gear that you'll probably eventually want to buy. So at some point, you'll want to get yourself some low buy, and the best way to get low buy is by opening lock boxes or waiting for an event when they sell what they call research and development packs. Now, when you open a research and development pack, and they're not cheap, they're actually quite expensive, but you get them on sale. Usually they have a sale when they have the event, and you can get them for 20% discount. You open those, and you get 10 low buy on occasion, plus an opportunity to get a really nice, S-Class T6 ship. And I've had more luck opening the science boxes, the resource boxes, than I've had with any of the lock boxes. And that's what I would recommend. Buy Zen when it's on sale, sit on it, and buy stuff when it's on sale. And, be very judicious about how you spend your Zen and be very smart. Now, usually when you buy keys, you'll want to buy keys in packs of 20 because they come with something called the Ultimate Tech Upgrade, which allows you to rapidly max out anything you wish to upgrade. And in this game, upgraded gear is king, and you will spend a considerable amount of time going through the process of upgrading your gear, which again can be a lot of fun because you can min-max certain things in your gear by reload. Well, I can just show you here real quickly. Re-rolling it. You have an opportunity to upgrade item, and then you can do things like min-max. Usually it's only like on things like this. Yeah, it says re-engineer item. And you can unlock these things, and you can roll them and change what you want. Say if I wanted to unlock this one here, and I wanted to change that from accuracy and damage to something else, accuracy and control hit. So I just altered that phaser. Now I don't usually use those phasers, so that's no big deal for me. I have a different weapon set that I prefer. And finding out which is best for you is also a lot of fun in the game. So overall, big rant is be careful when you buy your Zen. Avoid lock boxes at all costs, unless, of course, you want to waste your money. And if you're going to do it, wait to buy them on sale, and usually buy them on sale when there's a grouping of 20 because you get the free tech upgrade. Anything you don't want, you can sell in the exchange. In most cases, you could be sitting on stuff for a very long time if it's not popular. And there's no recourse to get any value. You pretty much end up scrapping it and getting nothing for it. So, but that being said, I would recommend if you are going to play this game and you do like it, consider getting a lifetime subscription, even if they do away with the $5 a month Zen bonus. It's still a lot of fun, and if you can get the lifetime subscription while it's on sale, it's worth it because there are a lot of perks that come with that. Of course, you get a cross account banking, so you can have one shared bank account. You can move items between each one of your tunes, and you'll want to consider doing things when there are events like temporal events and Klingon recruit events and Delta recruit events, because those provide additional benefits by creating a character. It gives you access to different traits and different things that you could share across your entire account. Overall, I've been playing this game now since 2012. I was in the original beta when it was offered by Atari, and it was pretty bad, so didn't do much with that. But a few years later, a couple of friends of mine recommended I start playing it again, and I did, and I got addicted. And that's the problem with things is, you never know what you're going to get addicted to. And when you find something that you get addicted to, it can be a lot of fun or it can be a headache. I've been pretty fortunate with Star Trek Online. It's been a lot of fun for me. It's an ongoing process, and there are literally hundreds of ships in the game, and you can customize ships to make your own unique looking vessel. And I tell you what, there have been some pretty unique looking vessels in this game. Also, you can name your ships. There's some names you can't name them, like USS Enterprise and things like that, because obviously, licensing issue, everybody be flying around the game with the USS Enterprise, which is funny, but that's the case. But yeah, check it out. Check out the folks that do videos on this game on YouTube, and you'll be pretty, pretty amazed by what you can and cannot do in this game. And I will say, ground missions suck because things don't seem to be physics in ground combat are somewhat broken. If you saw in that last game, a lot of times when you'd be shooting at something, your phasers or your torpedoes would make a 90-degree turn to hit something because the thing you were shooting at disappeared. Weird things like that do happen. But overall, it's a lot of fun to play. And I would recommend it. Again, just buy things when they're on sale, and be mindful that they have these sales 3, 4, 5, 6 times a year. So, and sit on your Zen and wait for things to come on sale and then buy that stuff on sale. You can maximize the amount of money you spend in this game to get the best value out of it for your playstyle. Anyways, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.